5 Stoic principles that prevent bad relationships. Bad relationships don't start when things fall apart. They start the moment you ignore what you already know to be true. Most heartbreak doesn't come from what someone does to you. It happens because you stayed, hoping they'd change. Stoic philosophy teaches one simple truth. Suffering often comes from refusing to see reality as it is. This video breaks down 5 Stoic principles that protect you from toxic relationships before they begin. These aren't generic red flags. These are mental shifts that help you choose better partners, avoid emotional dependency, and build relationships that strengthen you rather than drain you. If you've been betrayed, manipulated, or stuck in cycles of attachment, these principles will change how you navigate love and connection. Let's begin. Principle 1. Judge people by their actions, not their potential. The Stoics believed truth lies in what is real, not in what we imagine. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Look at what is before you. Do not add to it." Most people fall into painful relationships because they fall in love with potential. You see glimpses of what someone could be if they healed, matured, or stopped sabotaging themselves. You justify their behavior by saying things like, "She's going through a lot," or "She'll change once things calm down," or "It's just a rough patch." But relationships are built on patterns, not intentions. If someone is inconsistent now, a relationship won't magically create stability. If they avoid responsibility now, commitment won't suddenly make them accountable. A practical way to apply this principle is to observe how someone treats you when things aren't convenient for them. Notice how they speak when they're irritated. Notice whether their effort matches their promises. Don't evaluate someone based on how deeply you feel, but based on how consistently they show up. Chemistry might spark connection, but behavior determines your future. Principle 2. Do not outsource your emotional stability. Epictetus warned, "If you seek external validation, you will always be a slave." Many toxic relationships happen because someone becomes emotionally dependent on the other person to feel worthy, attractive, or secure. When you rely on a relationship to feel enough, you tolerate disrespect to avoid being alone instead of saying, "Is this relationship good for me?" You ask, "How do I keep this person from leaving?" That mindset keeps you stuck in situations you should walk away from. Stoicism teaches that emotional stability must be internal. Confidence comes from who you are, not who approves of you. When you enter a relationship already whole, you can choose someone because they add value, not because you fear losing them. A healthy partner can support your emotional well-being, but they should never be the source of it. When your identity is grounded within yourself, you don't chase, cling, or compromise your values out of fear of abandonment. You become capable of walking away, which is what ultimately protects you. Principle 3. Set boundaries early, not after damage is done. Problems don't appear suddenly. They grow slowly in the space where you stay silent. Seneca wrote, "It is easier to prevent than to heal." A boundary is not a demand or a threat. It's a statement of how you allow yourself to be treated. Most people wait until trust is broken, until resentment builds, or until disrespect becomes normal before speaking up. But by then, the relationship has already shaped itself around behaviors you accepted. Setting boundaries early might feel uncomfortable, especially if you're afraid of conflict or afraid of losing someone. But silence doesn't preserve connection. It only delays conflict and amplifies it later. Examples of early boundaries include, I don't stay in relationships where communication is passive-aggressive. If we have disagreements, we speak respectfully. I need transparency and consistency, not excuses. A partner who pushes against your boundaries is showing you their character. A partner who welcomes your boundaries is showing you they want a healthy relationship. Boundaries protect relationships because they create clarity instead of resentment. Principle 4. Do not attach to what you cannot control. The Stoics divided life into 2 categories: what is up to us and what is not. You cannot control whether someone stays loyal. You cannot control whether their feelings change. You cannot control whether they grow at the same pace as you. Clinging to what is outside your control creates anxiety, jealousy, and desperation. Many relationships become toxic, not because of what happens, but because one person grips so tightly that fear replaces connection. Love becomes possession. Affection becomes surveillance. Commitment becomes dependence. Stoicism teaches a different approach. Value people deeply while still being willing to lose them. When you love without attachment, you stay present, but you don't collapse if someone chooses a different path. A relationship is meaningful because both people choose to stay, not because one person refuses to let go. If someone wants to leave, your strength is not in convincing them to stay, but in being able to stand firm when they don't. Attachment breaks you. Acceptance frees you. Principle 5. Choose character over chemistry. Attraction can blind judgment. Especially in the early stages of dating, chemistry feels exciting. It gives you dopamine, passion, anticipation. But chemistry alone cannot sustain a relationship. What matters is how someone behaves when emotions fade, when routine sets in, or when conflict appears. Character is revealed in how someone apologizes, how they handle temptation, how they communicate when upset, and what they choose when no one is watching. A partner with character chooses honesty over comfort, responsibility over excuses, and integrity over impulse. This doesn't mean attraction is unimportant, but attraction without shared values leads to chaos. Character without attraction feels like friendship, not a relationship. The ideal partner has both. But if you must choose, choose character. Passion fades without principle. A relationship built on values, respect, and emotional maturity grows stronger over time. Here's the truth most people overlook. A healthy relationship isn't something you find. It's something two people create by living their values consistently. If you want healthier relationships, don't just look for attraction. Look for alignment. Look for values. Look for character. You deserve a relationship that strengthens you rather than drains you. If this helped, subscribe for more Stoic relationship wisdom. Next, watch this video. 10 red flags men ignore when they're emotionally attached. It will take these principles even deeper. Stay disciplined. Stay grounded. Stay true to yourself.